Derby matches have traditionally been the highlight of the football season. When the fixtures come out at the beginning of June, the first thing United players and fans do is look for derby games, not just with City, but also Liverpool. It's a chance to prove that your team is better than theirs and to walk away from a match knowing all United heads are held high. Pride, after all, is a spur for both the players and fans, and nowhere is that more evident and visible than when these two teams clash. You can always guarantee 100% commitment bordering on open warfare. Such is the intensity of play. This always guarantees to pack the grounds to the rafters. Derby games tend to be played at a frantic pace. United are a powerhouse of passion. A Derby FA Cup final's no exception to this observation, just a lot more intense. And because this was the first FA Cup final between these two teams, in the history of the two clubs, it was guaranteed to be a game where pride and passion would reach boiling point, and the fans knew it before the game had even started. Looking at the FA Cup history of the two clubs, you'd be forgiven for thinking that United, having reached the final for the second year in a row, and having reached and won more finals than Liverpool, had the upper hand. But the money was on Liverpool, who, if they won this match, would be on for the treble, having already won the League Championship for the second year in succession and having secured their place in the European Cup final. United are playing in red from left to right.
Steve Highway for Liverpool. First free kick going Liverpool's way. This is Keegan. It's a good cross, Highway underneath it. And Nicol taking it almost away from Stepney. Kennedy goes in, and there's a chance on here. Back again with Keegan, then McDermott. Not quite strong enough, the pass to Hill. Good play from Case. McDermott. Now Macari for United. McElroy's pushed forward. He got a second chance with that and he found Hill. Pearson's going to the near post. It was awkward for Clements. You never quite know what Gordon Hill's going to do. Pearson went towards the near post for a short one and Hill curled it. Clements giving away the corner. Here's Hill again. Well, he's the top scorer this season for Manchester United, Gordon Hill, with 22 goals, which is not bad for a winger, especially one who's sometimes accused of daydreaming. That wind is causing a few problems when the ball's in the air, swirling round the stadium. Here's McDermott. Case. Good ball from McDermott to Johnson. Keegan is underneath it. It's come to Highway. Important challenge from Brian Greenough. Smith went early for that and missed it, and McElroy is away. Jimmy Greenough is square, so is Pearson. Here's Pearson. Pearson fouled by Smith. Smith accusing Pearson of diving. Pearson just again gingerly feeling the right wrist. Been playing with that bandage for a few weeks now. Whenever he gets a knock, he's in pain. So Gordon Hill to take the free kick for United. Pearson got up well, and here's Koppel. McElroy. Moment of rare uncertainty there in the Liverpool defence. couple of minutes left in the first half, and Liverpool shading it on points. This is McDermott again, good running. Keegan closing in. And he's offside. Pearson's offside.
Dismayed Pearson had good grounds to be annoyed at the offside decision. A careful analysis of the replay strongly suggests that the speed at which Pearson was pulling away from the Liverpool defence, he must have been onside when Lou Macari struck the ball, as he was only a few feet in front of the Liverpool defence by the time the ball caught up with him. Remember, it's his position at the time the ball struck, not his position when he's in possession. Pearson looked a dead cert to get the goal and open the scoring in the first half, had it not been for this questionable decision. Well, Doherty must have read the riot act to the Reds during the interval, because United came out looking a different team in the second half.
Keegan to Highway. Case to Highway. Scott Johnson and Keegan in the centre, being joined by Neil. Away by Alveston. Twice, in fact. McDermott. Case. McDermott. It's going to come to Neil. Offside. Jimmy Greenoff's header on for Pearson. A chance on here. And Pearson is the scorer. Made possible at first by a mistake from Keegan, who gave the ball away. Then Jimmy Greenoff with an astute flick. And look how well Pearson kept cool here. Right inside the near post. Manchester United take the lead thanks to their tandem up front. And Pearson found a gap inside the near post of the England goalkeeper. Reminiscent perhaps of the goal that Highway scored against Arsenal in '71. He found a gap in an unusual place. And Manchester United have scored early in the second half. McDermott for Liverpool. And there's a saying in football that Liverpool are at their most dangerous when they're behind. That remains to be seen. Jones. Case. Good turn. Oh, yes!
Liverpool had pulled one back. Momentarily crestfallen, United soon responded swiftly and decisively in a display of football which accurately reflected their passion to win, to take the cup home to Manchester and celebrate with pride the fact that they had got one over on the favourites.
On by Macari. Smith slips slightly. Jimmy Greenoff. And has it gone in by Macari, is it? Lou Macari got in. And United are back in front. Tommy Smith got himself into a bit of a tangle with Jimmy Greenoff. He seemed to have got the ball away, but he hadn't, and Macari possibly off Greenoff in the end. Macari had the shot, it probably deflected off his own player. Anyway, it's in the net, and Manchester United are 2-1 up. 3 goals in 5 minutes, and here's Gordon Hill, and if United score again, Liverpool could be dead. Jimmy Greenoff is coming in, and Joey Jones was there.
After that promising attack, it was then Liverpool who looked the more menacing. They were close to a second equaliser after Greenoff, perhaps a little overconfident of his goalkeeper's abilities, headed back to Stepney and possible disaster had he not been so alert. As Liverpool continued to hound the Reds, they brought on McCreary to keep them at bay, but still they threatened. It was now a question of United keeping their cool to the end and not blowing it before the final whistle. 49-year-old Tommy Doherty, who's been to Wembley 7 times
before, as we were saying earlier, and has never won. He's now less than a minute away. Indeed, we're in the last 10 seconds now of the 90 minutes. Bob Matthews has already checked his watch. Case. Still not truly away. Here's Kennedy, and everybody coming scurrying out looking for an offside. And now Macari for United. Highway finds Kennedy. And still the Liverpool machine won't relent. But it may have to in just a few seconds. Agonising wait for the United fans, this, and for the players. Kennedy for Liverpool. And there it is! Manchester United have won the FA Cup. 12 months after losing here, Tommy Docherty is at last a winner.
Beating Liverpool in the FA Cup final more than made up for Docherty and the club's defeat against Southampton the previous year. Mancunian pride had been restored, and it was more than evident by the chorus of approval from their loyal supporters. The teams were to meet again in the Cup in 1979. This time it was a semi-final replay after a 2-2 draw at Main Road. Once again the money was on Liverpool, not only to reach and win the FA Cup final, but also to win the League Championship. United had other ideas, however, and were in a very determined mood to deny them. United are in the white strip with black shorts, playing from left to right.
Ray Kennedy for Liverpool to Highway. Already fouled by Jimmy Nicholl, the man who may have to mark him tonight. Jimmy Nicholl playing with stitches in his eye, by the way, an injury sustained on Saturday. Headed by McDermott, then by McQueen. Dalglish on the chest. Thomas, who's gone down. I think there was an elbow in there. Looked like an elbow to me anyway. Johnson. Oh, given away to Greenough. Thomas looks for Jordan. Jordan being marked by Hansen, a fellow Scot. But a good ball from Jordan to McIlroy. Coppell is to his right, so is Macari. Here's Lou Macari. Good save, Clements. Here's Jordan. McIlroy. And Ray Clements saves Liverpool. Lou Macari came through onto the pass, and Clements made a fine save. Well, to think they used to say that semi-finals were dull, predictable affairs. This one's been anything but that. Throw into Manchester United. Orbiston. Cross bent in and well cut out by Ray Kennedy. Jordan against the bar. Joe Jordan so close to scoring for the second match running. The Liverpool player headed it back across. Jordan got in above Hemlin Hughes and it hit the crossbar. McQueen. I think Lou Macari may be hobbling after one of those midfield challenges in the last few minutes. He certainly looked at the bench 2 or 3 times, Macari, as though he wants to go off. Andy Ritchie over on the bench is getting ready. Thomas. McIlroy is just inside. Greenough is far post. Jimmy Greenough! Manchester United have scored! And it's the man that got the winner in the final! Jimmy Greenough! Would you believe it? Made possible by Mickey Thomas, who saw Greenough on the far post, and Greenough heads it past Clements.
Once again, Jimmy Greenough had worked his magic for United, just like he'd done in the FA Cup final of '77. the goal was enough to take them on to their third final in just 4 years. It turned out to be a 5-goal bonanza which only just went Arsenal's way. United-Liverpool League derbies have been as equally fiercely contested, and the confrontation at Anfield at the beginning of the 81-82 season was to be no exception to this. The form for both teams provided all the ingredients for an explosive derby clash. United had only conceded 1 goal in their last 8 games, whereas Liverpool hadn't been beaten at home so far that season. United are in the white strip with black shorts, playing from left to right. Martin Tyler picks up the commentary.
Frank Stapleton, and here's Ray Wilkins, and it's Gary Birtles at the near post. So a positive start from the visiting side. Kennedy's cross, and it's Phil Neal who's arriving and brought it down with his hand. But the interesting thing was that Steve Coppell had run back with Neal. As the cross comes in from Kennedy, Coppell there doing his marking, and Neal having to use the hand, and he wasn't going to get away with that. Now Thompson can go forward. Buchan in quickly in front of Lee. Here's Moses, and Birtles is onside. Thompson's got to scurry back. And the trailing foot brings Birtles down, says Mr. Courtney. In from Robson, and that's Stapleton, and that's Moran. And United go in front. The goal from Kevin Moran. As Robson curled the ball in, a delightful header from Stapleton. Robillard may feel he should have turned it round the post. It came straight out for Moran. So after 25 minutes, Manchester United get a goal that isn't against the run of the play. Here's Wilkins. Birtles. Thompson slipping, and it's let in Coppell. Plotting being done by Kennedy and Souness, with Lee there as well. Liverpool showing he who hesitates is lost, and the charge forward by United with Wilkins. Moran is up there, so too is Robson. Grobbelaar's committed. Orbiston, and Birtles didn't have the legs to turn it in.
United's last chance at goal. The score at half-time, 0-0.
I noticed towards the end of the first half that Liverpool were hitting more long balls forward and vary their style. Birtles. Moran. It's Birtles trying to get behind Hansen. Ankle, and he's got his free kick. Signals coming from Neal. And the free kick from McDermott. Put behind by Buchan. Liverpool again have Lawrenson darting off the near post. And United have Bailey coming off his line, and he very nearly slithered out.
A lucky escape for United. Liverpool's frustration was beginning to show. Even Dalglish's cage had been rattled.
The crucial moments were away from the ball then, with Dalglish and Moran disputing the issue. Bailey's momentum almost carried him out of the area, but Mr. Courtney checked and waved play on. Here's Gidman. Blocked by Kennedy, but only as far as Wilkins. Now Koppel. Moses. There's Orbiston. And Grobbelaar. Superb handling. Not quite sure if it was going to get inside Grobbelaar's near post, but he couldn't be sure. And again, United showing ambition when they break forward. Orbiston. Birtles is at the near post. Here he is. And Neil gets there first. Now McDermott. Dalglish. Whelan might get behind Moran. Mr. Courtney has given the penalty. And Kevin Moran, the player penalised, will surely feel that if it wasn't harsh, it was certainly unnecessary, but there was a push in the back. Gary Bailey has a fine record in saving penalties in the First Division. And now he faces Terry McDermott.
It was hardly a penalty worthy of celebration, and Liverpool knew it. As for United, well, they were determined not to leave Anfield with a draw.
Wilkins, and Birtles is onside and could settle it here. Gary Birtles, defied by Grobbelaar. With 2 minutes left, Grobbelaar to Liverpool's rescue. Stapleton. Now Koppel. Ricochet was stopped by Hansen and then out from Souness. Forward from Robson. Now Orbiston. Played through by Stapleton. Here's Orbiston, who rolls it past Grobbelaar. And Manchester United get a goal that, if it is the winner, and it looks now as though it will be, is deserved for the way they've ridden the penalty against them and come back at Liverpool. And they produce some superb football here with Orbiston and Stapleton. And Arthur Orbiston keeping his balance sufficiently to get it into the corner. Anxiety on the face of Joe Fagan standing the back of the dugout, but it's gone for Liverpool.
2-1 to United, a satisfying victory made more so by being the first club to defeat Liverpool at home that season. When United and Liverpool met at Old Trafford in February '83, players and supporters knew that it was a particularly important derby, the 100th league clash between these two titans of football. It promised to be a particularly bloody affair, as both teams were hot contenders for the championship. Liverpool a length ahead of United at this stage.
Liverpool in their change strip of all yellow, and Ian Rush is caught offside. And Wilkins breaking forward, and it's interesting here that Craig Johnston was close to him. The crowd were calling for handball by Johnston as he took it, it seemed, on the chest. That's what he thought. Craig Johnston may have a part to play in Liverpool's plans to restrict Ray Wilkins, and he's looking in Wilkins' direction as Wilkins, as you can see, jogging towards the free kick. And still Dalglish and Johnston must go back. McQueen! Well, it was 5 years ago this weekend that Gordon McQueen made his first appearance for Manchester United, and coincidentally it was against Liverpool, and he was in strongly with that famous head. Moran, well challenged by Rush, stabbed out by McQueen. Now Koppel. Coming inside Kennedy.
Get in there. That's it.
Kevin Moran in the wars again. He was caught by Ian Rush, and he knew the damage had been inflicted. Free kick taken quickly by Muren. Souness reading the intentions of Duxbury, who can try again. Wilkins has got forward. This is Koppel. And Moses. Well, the deflections nearly unsettled Grobbelaar. It had to be a snapshot from Remy Moses. The ball came to him very quickly indeed. Koppel causing the problems first of all, and then Moses, it struck Liverpool players and the goalkeeper, and it ended as a corner, half cleared by Neil, guarding the space at the near post. Dalglish, good determination from Wilkins, in from Muren, the head of Lawrenson, and the hand of Johnston, right on the edge of the area. Liverpool slightly protesting, but Ken Redfern was right on the spot. Johnston continuing the protest. A frantic 18 minutes played. But Muren curls it, it needed the save. An acrobatic one it was from Grobbelaar. It was dropping in just under the bar. Lee for Dalglish. Wilkins, who was the player who'd lost possession originally, won it back for United. And Thompson came in late. Makari, certainly a defensive responsibility for him. McQueen. Makari's pass, nicely judged for Moses and Stapleton. Moses again. Muren, the goal is open, and Muren finds it. And Manchester United turn misfortune to their advantage, because Lou Makari, who goes across there to congratulate the scorer, started it all off with a perceptive pass from his right-back position that found the run of Moses. It looked as though Stapleton had missed the chance, but Moses followed it up, and then Muren took aim and fired it into the top of the net. Kennedy. Rush, Johnston, Dalglish, and Liverpool are level.
In the second half, it looked like United might just have had the winner in this tightly contested match.
It was Thompson who cleared the day. Wilkins, Makari. Grobbelaar enjoying the chance to show his sheer athleticism and made a spectacular catch.
And in doing so, denied the chance for Manchester United to take the honours. The final score, 1-1. Liverpool went on to win the championship, but United took the FA Cup back to Old Trafford, having thrashed Brighton and Hove Albion 4-0. And it's at Old Trafford where we join our next match. United were ahead of Liverpool in the league table, having not lost a single match so far that season. No doubt helped by new signing Gordon Strachan, who was already showing his goal-scoring ability. The match was going to be a true test of United's championship potential.
Dalglish giving it away to Moses. Here's Strachan. Kennedy a little slow. Whiteside took it from him. And the opening 5 minutes have seen Liverpool in a most unlikely and uncertain role. But perhaps that has a lot to do with the wind and sweeping rain that's in their faces in this first half, behind Bailey as he kicks. What a skillful player he is, and stronger than his lightweight frame suggests. What a lovely ball, Duxbury to Strachan. Whiteside knocks it in again. Away by Lawrenson. Kennedy doing well. Can Liverpool break quickly? Lee, Dalglish. 50-50 ball, and it was Alveston who won it. But Duxbury's through ball then to Strachan gave United their best opening so far. Liverpool defended well. Here's Alveston. Here's Robson. Shot reaches Strachan via a deflection. Long and hard at Mr. Willis. He had a look at the linesman and decided that Strachan's fall from Alan Kennedy's challenge means it's a penalty. And Strachan himself will take it and try to maintain his quite remarkable record. He's already scored 2 penalties for Manchester United this season. He scored 46 out of 51 when he was at Aberdeen. He's developing into one of the most confident penalty takers in British football. And that one, 23 minutes gone, Manchester United 1, Liverpool 0. Strachan scored it, and in a sense, Strachan made it. Because as he took on Alan Kennedy, he was in danger of getting to the line and then pulling back across. As Kennedy tried to tackle him, Strachan went down, and the referee, after looking at the linesman, decided it was a penalty, which Strachan struck confidently into the corner.
And it was Strachan who made his mark in the second half, proving to be an intimidating presence in Liverpool's goalmouth.
This is Robson, challenged by Walk, but still found Whiteside. Alveston. Hughes on the far side, back to Strachan. Oh, beautifully done. Well, Grobbelaar had judged his positioning perfectly, but the little touch of skill from Gordon Strachan as he brought the ball down was a delight to watch. The shot well struck, but Grobbelaar always in the line of fire. This is Dalglish. Walk, beaten by Olsen. Nicol. He did well, Nicol. Walsh on the far post. And it's turned in, and it may have come off the defender.
A lucky deflection, but all eyes were on hero Gordon Strachan, who maintained United's unbeaten run with this cracking penalty, which was met with a roar of United approval. When the teams met for the return leg at Anfield, United was still above Liverpool in the League Championship table. Both teams were strong contenders for the title, snapping hard on the heels of Everton, who were in pole position. After a catalogue of missed chances in the first 45 minutes, we join the match for the second half. The score, 0-0. United are attacking from right to left in the white strip. Your match commentator is Brian Moore.
Back with Bruce Grobbelaar. And now Jesper Olsen on the break. Grobbelaar's come a long way out. What's he going to do? That.
Well, you can't say don't get money's worth when you see Bruce Grobbelaar playing.
Neil. And now Neil. A sense also, Ian, to be honest, that with all the tension we've got here, it's verging a little bit, not towards nasty, but it's getting a little bit more physical by the minute.
Well, there's one or two 1,000 little tackles gone in, and I would say Norman Whiteside has been involved in, you know, more than he should be, really. So I think he'll have to watch himself.
Down the line for Jesper Olsen. Hughes. Whiteside. Curling cross to Stapleton! Left. Frank Stapleton for United.
What a delightful goal it was, man. Beautiful ball in by Norman Whiteside. And there was Stapleton doing what we all know he can do, meeting it flush in his head and a beautiful downward header to beat Bruce Grobler. He had a bit of freedom there, running wheeling the nearest Liverpool player to him. But a marvellous header to put United 1 up.
Nicol. Now, let's see what Liverpool can do with 16 minutes remaining. It's Ward crossing it in, and Bailey goes down. For Ron Atkinson, he must be thinking of important matches now to come. If United can hold this lead, the championship race is still very much on for them. Lawrenson. And Ronnie Moran up. Certainly Grobbelaar had no chance whatsoever with a beautifully placed header by Stapleton. But here's Whelan now. Dalglish. Hogg's header away. Now have United the resolve to hold this lead for the last quarter of an hour. MacDonald crossing it in. Neil coming in. Oh, Dalglish, the little chip by him. Everybody in a white shirt virtually was back in that penalty area for Manchester United. And here they are breaking away with Albiston. Oh, and Nicol and Whiteside having a row as they go. Play on, says the referee, as it comes to Brian Robson, and behind for the goal kick. Furious scrap there developing between Whiteside and Nicol as they ran after that ball. Robson in quickly. Olsen. Final whistle.
Both teams were pipped to the post by Everton in the League Championship, but United had the last laugh with FA Cup glory against Everton in the final, having knocked Liverpool out in the semis. When the teams met in the league competition the following year at Old Trafford, it promised to be a confrontation and a half. United were in storming form at the top of the table, having won 11 out of their first 12 matches. The 12th, a draw against Luton. As for Liverpool, well, they were still licking their wounds from the previous season, having failed to win any of the home competitions, as well as losing the European Cup final. United prepared to add insult to injury, playing here from left to right.
What a season Norman Whiteside has been having, and he's just been named the Young Player of the Month. Amazing to think he's only 20. He's played more than 160 first-team games for United. Given away by Hansen. Olsen. How can he escape McMahon? The two number 11s together. Hughes has arrived in the middle now. This is Stapleton. Whiteside here. And was there a hand? The United players felt the ball was handled there as Whiteside climbed for the cross. The referee saw nothing wrong. The protests were in vain. And Liverpool survive. Was there a hand there? Now Johnston. Still Johnston. Beaten away though by Bailey. And at last some excitement. Whiteside. So nearly put United in front. And the United players felt that there was a handball inside that penalty area. Here's Beglin. The tempo suddenly rising.
Despite the frantic pace, the first half failed to harvest any goals. The start of the second half, however, produced a bit of a shock for United, who were caught napping and punished by Liverpool.
Liverpool straight at the start of the second half on the break here with Rush. Walks in the middle, and Johnston too! Must be a goal, yes! 18 seconds of the second half. Well, Liverpool threatened to score a goal right on the stroke of half-time.
Liverpool may have put the first one down on the score sheet, but United are never a team to give up easily.
Now can Can United create something here? Olsen. The cross hit was teasing, but well read by Grobbelaar. Ron Atkinson decided that Jesper Olsen was the man for this game. He's always played well against Liverpool in the past. Duxbury. Now for Stapleton. Hughes. Now Whiteside. McGrath. This is more promising. But the shot was so disappointing. Stapleton. Well, he hadn't seen Walk, but Hughes skipping past one tackle. Whiteside. Now then for Hughes. And it came back to him off Stapleton. They let off there for Liverpool. Ron Atkinson must be wondering how he can change the course of this game. Stapleton into the path of Whiteside. Albiston away to his left here. Surely! Oh, it's got it, yes! And Paul McGrath. Well, it was somewhat fortunate. 19 minutes into the second half. Seemed to cut back off Lawrenson. And Paul McGrath was there to steer it in. And suddenly United are back in this game. Now Hughes. A lovely flick. Olsen. Now, can he take players on here? Olsen, Whiteside. Oh, Mulvey failed to steer it back. And Whiteside failed to beat Grobbelaar. Just managed to hold on to it. Whiteside was suddenly in the clear then. Mulvey's attempted back pass was never going to reach Grobbelaar. Whiteside was in there, and he tried to chip the goalkeeper, and he couldn't manage to do so.
It wasn't only Grobbelaar but the whole of Liverpool that breathed a sigh of absolute relief as the final whistle blew, knowing that they were lucky to get away with a 1-1 draw. As for United, they were more than happy that they'd now taken their unbeaten run to 13. Well, it was now as clear as daylight after so many draws that you couldn't get two more evenly matched teams in the then First Division. Everton, Liverpool's true derby rivals, had once again nudged themselves up to the top of the league. But for the moment, that wasn't the contest. When the teams met at Anfield later in the season, Liverpool hadn't been beaten by any other team except United since March the previous year. The question was, could they do it again? United are playing in the white and black strip from left to right.
Here's Albiston. Oh, and Gibson it was who got a chance. Came to him quickly on his left foot, Terry Gibson that is, and he couldn't perhaps get the power he would have wanted, but Albiston broke from left back superbly, and Gibson had the shot straight at Grobbelaar.
The start looked more than promising for United.
Colin Gibson, Hughes, and Colin Gibson's through. He's there again, it's a goal. Colin Gibson scores for Manchester United at the second attempt on a ground where they always seem to do well. The break again was so swift. Hughes was again involved. It caught Liverpool out. Colin Gibson shot straight at Grobbelaar, but he fumbled it, and Gibson followed it in. Jimmy Hill.
Well, Grobbelaar would have been disappointed there that he didn't make the second save, because it was a good save he made to stop that. That was first class, but in trying to get it, it just dribbled out of his hands, and Gibson was enthusiastic enough to finish the move off.
Walsh away from Gidman, rushes in the middle, so is Mulvey. Still Walsh, and well held. Turner hung on to that in a manner which I suppose Grobbelaar wished he could have done. The ball was pulled across, and Walsh turned nicely, and Turner saved.
Liverpool soon struck back.
Mulvey, who was surrounded by three white shirts, but he managed to come out with the ball, and this is Beglin. Well played by Jim Beglin to Sammy Lee, and Sammy Lee was against the post. post, Johnny Walk, 1-1. Colin Gibson, Albiston. Sammy Lee's coming back with him. The cross is in, and Stapleton was waiting for it. And Liverpool had pulled John Walk back to defend, and it's a corner. Colin Gibson will take it. Whiteside, still free. Oh, I think it got underneath Hughes' foot in the end.
Once again, Liverpool had got themselves through by the skin of their teeth and saved themselves from the brink of death for the match to end in a 1-1 draw. When the teams met almost 2 years later, Liverpool were having an incredible start to the season. But being a derby match, it always produced the best from United, who were more determined than ever not to let them run away with the championship. United attacking the Liverpool goal.
Little Colin Gibson to turn it back once more for United. And against the post by Anderson. Nearly the breakthrough that United wanted. Duxbury under pressure there, but gets the header in against Craig Johnston. And Anderson so close to scoring his first goal for United. As the cross came in, up he went against Grobbelaar's post and away. Alan Hansen. Trying to get McMahon through. Aldridge is on the far side.
First blood to Liverpool. Could United strike back and restore their pride?
Robson.
They're certainly playing some nice football, Manchester United, and you know, you have to say that over the first half hour they've probably had the better of the chances and probably more of the play. But I get the feeling that Liverpool are settling into the game now and look quite settled.
McClare. Can Whiteside do anything? What about Olsen? Just clearing Grobbelaar's crossbar. It looked for one moment on its flight as though it might just dip underneath.
That was a marvellous volley because it was a very awkward ball when it came to him. Again, as I say, United playing good football, creating problems, creating chances without getting the ball in the net. But you can see the technique there as he turned and woof, just a shade over.
Here come United again with Robson. Strachan outside him. Busy little run of his and a good cross coming in. And it's just wide from Robson after McClare had clattered into Grobbelaar.
I think Liverpool may be asking questions about Brucey Grobbelaar there, why he didn't catch the ball. You know, we'll have a look at it again, Brian, as it came over. I felt that he could have held that one and he punched it. And there was Brian Robson knocking it past the post. I mean, United have had so many chances this afternoon where the ball is just, they've hit the post once, they've shaded the bar, and now they've shaded the post again.
After 45 minutes of frantic football dominated by United, the Mancunians came out firing on all cylinders for the second half.
Free kick to Manchester United. All kicked away there by Hansen. Referee also looking at his watch to make sure there's no time wasting. I can't think why United will want to waste any time at the moment. Ben Whiteside. Corner given. So United's corner. 4 minutes of the second half gone. Looking for the goal to get back into the game. Olsen with the kick. Whiteside at the near post. It's gone beyond him. Gillespie's in there but didn't really make anything of it. Whiteside turning it back! 1-1! Liverpool furious there, are chasing the referee back towards the centre spot. But the goal stands and United are level. Norman Whiteside. United claiming an infringement. Or rather Liverpool claiming the infringement, but United's Norman Whiteside putting it into the back of the net. 1-1.
I think what they were complaining about was it hit Moran's hand here. As he turned there, he took the ball away with his left hand, and it fell nicely from McClare to knock it through Bruce Grobbelaar's leg.
But the goal stood and United were celebrating to the full as the Reds continued to push forward.
Strachan. Oh, and he's found McClare. Should be a corner. Well, this has been great pressure by United, and Bruce Grobbelaar and the men around him have been rattled just a little bit in the last few minutes. Now, can United push it home? There's Grobbelaar. Robson with the header, kicked away. And again they surround the referee and say there was an infringement there, but the corner's been given. Tremendous finish now. About 7 minutes left. 1-1 the score. Olsen with the corner. Floated in there. And Blackmore, and now Barnes. Beardsley. And now it could be a counter break for Liverpool. But it's given away by Gibson. Here's McMahon. A flick through, but it's too hard for Aldridge.
Typical of United, they gave it 100% to the very end. Their courage and determination had helped them to survive against the odds to produce a more than respectable 1-1 draw. At the end of the match, both players and fans could once again leave Old Trafford with their heads proudly held high until the next time. In our case, the return leg of this League Derby confrontation at Anfield, by which time Liverpool's luck had run out. That unbeaten run of 29 matches had been brought to a crashing halt by Everton. 3 matches later, they faced United, who hadn't lost here since Boxing Day 1979. United in the white, playing from right to left.
Aldridge up, away by McGrath to Strachan. Number 6 is Duxbury. Strachan again. Could be 1 or 2 tasty tackles going in this afternoon. There's so much history between these famous teams. Here's Nigel Spackman, and here's Beardsley in space. This is Barnes. Crowded out. They've shared many great battles over the last few seasons. That was Brian McClare, and here's Peter Davenport against Alan Hansen, and Davenport's beaten him, and Brian Robson's in the middle, and Manchester United take the lead on a ground where they tend to do so well. And the England captain timed his run and arrived there virtually on his own. But the man who takes credit early in the move is McClare, because he got the ball moving for United and put Davenport away. Davenport beat Hansen, there was no question about that. And when he crossed, Brian Robson had an easy chance by his standards.
Brian Robson had opened the United score sheet in just 3 minutes. They'd caught Liverpool more comatose than asleep, but the shock was enough to slowly wake the giant. But as if nursing a hangover, it took Liverpool a good half hour to fully recover.
Davenport got his foot in where no one else did. Here's Strachan. Duxbury. He's looking to his right to see where Anderson was. Hadn't made the run this time. Strachan. Gibson. Strachan. And Gillespie. Only to Bruce. Duxbury. Nicol. There's enough variety in this match to keep you absorbed in what's going on. Now Aldridge to Houghton. Oh, he's got away from Brian Robson. He needs support in the middle. Beardsley's arriving now. Beardsley! 1-1, and Liverpool strike 8 minutes before half-time.
And 4 minutes later, Gillespie added insult to injury.
Oh, Beardsley away from Robson. Barnes. Gillespie! This is vintage stuff now from Liverpool.
United, from being a goal up, were now a goal down, and early in the second half, Liverpool looked unbeatable.
Got a foot in again. McMahon. McMahon! Oh, I say, that's got to be one of the best goals of the season, even by Liverpool standards. What a belter.
With 30 minutes left, Alex Ferguson decided it was time to make 2 substitutions, bringing on Whiteside and Olsen. He hoped the move would allow him to take the Liverpool bull by the horns and give it a damn good shaking that it would never forget. But it wasn't going to be an easy task, as United went down to 10 men when Colin Gibson was booked for the second time after this encounter with Steve Nicol. The question was, did United have the true grit to pull off the comeback of the season?
In by Ablett. McGrath up with Aldridge. Spatman. Whiteside off. Another clattering challenge. Whiteside this time furious. He thinks Spatman trying to take him out. Jesper Olsen's taking them on. McClare's in the middle. Strachan's joining him. Olsen chips and hits the bar.
Well, Ferguson's substitutions were taking immediate effect. The play passionate, but it was goals that United needed to restore their pride. They started to dig deep, determined not to let their fans down in this derby.
Oh, here's McClare. Challenge. Whiteside is throwing himself around, and he's courting trouble, I would say. This is Strachan. Well played. Driven in and headed away by Hansen for the corner.
United were fighters. Their persistent, penetrating attacks were starting to show the weaknesses in an overconfident Liverpool defensive armour. Surely it was just a matter of time now before they cracked.
It'll be Strachan to take it. Bruce is asking for a deep one here. And here he comes, but Spatman got there in front of him. Olsen. Plenty of them in there. Whiteside again, touching a bit of shirt pulling by Spatman maybe. This is Robson. And it's deflected. Oh, did that catch it? A Liverpool player, may have been Gillespie. It certainly took the deflection. Brian Robson's shot brings it back to 3-2.
United had come back from the dead, but there was still life in Liverpool who would punish them if they faltered in the slightest.
That was Spatman to Beardsley. Now McGrath. Whiteside. And it was driven by Bruce straight to Houghton. And now Steve Nicol is up on the right wing, as he has been so often. Three waiting in the middle for a cross. Lofted towards Aldridge here. Turner just got to it. Just stretched down by the post. Good effort by Aldridge.
And a superb save by Turner.
Olsen. Davenport. Strachan making a lovely run through the middle. He's onside. Gordon Strachan with a chance to equalise, and does. What a Turner. The 10 men have come back from 3-1 down to 3-3. Davenport put him through. The Liverpool defence was square. They queried the linesman, who kept his flag down, and Strachan kept his cool. A nice tidy finish on 78 minutes.
Strachan's last goal and the expression on his face said it all for the rest of the United players and fans in what had turned into the match of the season. United had shown what pride in your team and passionate play can achieve.